Hi guys, welcome to our final video here in Retrieving Safety. I'm Marshall Bircher, and obviously you know me, you know that I help people just like you retrieve their lives, their identity back from the abuse and rediscover happiness, confidence, and love in their lives. So today we're going to talk about consequences, because safety and consequence have a very important relationship. If we don't feel like we can handle the consequence, we're going to have a lot of fear. We have a lot of sense of vulnerability, danger, and exposure. But if we believe that we can deal with the consequence, then that goes down significantly. In fact, our confidence rises, we get a bigger peace of mind, our creativity is re-triggered into action, our minds step down, our anxiety drops, and we're ready to take this on. So that's really it with consequence. It's a way we see the outcome. So are you framing it as something that is dangerous and detrimental? Or are you willing to receive the consequence and deal with it? Are you willing to receive it and live? Are you willing to receive the consequence and be okay? Are you willing to receive the consequence and deal with it? Think about that. If you said yes to those questions, even if you instinctively want to say no, listen to how your body changes. I'm going to give you a different set of questions here because this is important to explore. It's such a simple concept that we really need to explore it a bit through some questions. So these come from the Sedona method. They're Sedona method-based questions. The Sedona method is a method that uses questions to help your brain and your body get back into communication. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. The answer to the first question, I would like you to choose yes. The answer to the second question, I would like you to choose now. And then the third question, I'd like you to check in with your body and see what's changed. Follow that and let's see what shows up for you, okay? So if you could, would you take back safety from the consequence? Would you? And if you could do that, when would you do that? And check in. How does that feel? Now, if you could, would you let go of making that consequence responsible for your sense of safety? And if you could do that, when would you do that? And check in and see how that feels. And now, if you could, would you accept that you have the power to be safe despite the consequence? And if you could do that, when would you do that? And how does that one feel? And now our final question. If you could, would you accept the consequence regardless of what it is and allow yourself to feel safe anyway? And if you could do that, when would you do that? How does that feel? See, that's the magic of these questions. They get us thinking. We can open up to a different possibility. Because fundamentally, consequences don't mean anything. They might be actually painful. That's often what we fear. We fear pain of some sort, whether it's a humiliation pain or a loss pain or frustration pain or having to deal with something painful, highly dramatic or long-lasting, that kind of thing. But when we become willing to let go of making consequences significant, making pain significant, and willing to receive it and understand it honestly and openly, it's like, yeah, that sucks, but I'm willing to deal with it. Then our sense of safety goes up and our dread goes down, our fear goes down, because we're not controlling something anymore that we instinctively know we can't control. That's where that anxiety comes from, guys. Is we know intuitively and instinctively we can't control it. But our confidence doesn't come from creating outcomes. It comes from handling them. It comes from embracing them and going, I can take this on and deal. That's where we get our strength from. So if we're willing to endorse our power and say, I'm willing to deal with whatever consequence shows up, then what becomes possible for you right now? What was suddenly unleashed from its limitation with that question? That's what I want you to explore with this video, is what am I going to do now that consequence is no longer in the way? Okay? And then practice the retrieving safety from consequence MP3 and allow yourself to expand into your capability of taking control of your life and building it out. Now, since this is our last video, I want to invite you to join me and over 400 other students and clients that have taken Codependence to Confidence. Allow yourself to break free of your codependency and retrieve your happiness, your love, and your confidence through my 3-step system. Okay? Check it out at membership.freetheself.com. I have a special limited time offer for you with that course to get you in very affordably, no matter what your income is. It's called income aware pricing. This only lasts for 2 hours. So you got to get on it, because after that, the price returns to its normal $997. Yeah, I can charge $1,000 for what I typically do. So jump in, check it out, see what it's like, and if it's a good fit for you, join. Okay, I'd love to see you in the course. I appreciate you guys taking this micro course. Let me know how it benefits your life, and if you'd like some other clearings with safety, because I'm always willing to add more to help you guys out. I appreciate you. If you want to learn more about me, just go to www.freetheself.com. I help people with codependency, clearing trauma, and breaking into their brilliance. I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for being a part of this course, and I'll see you online.